D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them and make up your own mind and everything. I just want to say before I get started that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is about to do their annual bot purge and old account cleanse, and there always is a little bit of collateral damage. So I ask that you please share and subscribe. So let's get started on these 3 stories, and they all kind of have a little bit of a theme, and they're kind of casting is the theme this week. So Blumhouse and Universal are developing a remake of a Stephen King's Firestarter. It's been a while since we've had any updates on this one, but reports are now coming in that Universal and Blumhouse's upcoming reboot of Stephen King's Firestarter has cast its first major role. Now, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Zac Efron has signed on to star in the sci-fi drama, which will be directed by Keith Thomas. Efron's role is not mentioned in the report, but it's assumed that he'll play the male lead, Andy McGee. Now, King's novel tells the story of a man with psychic abilities who goes on the run with his pyrotechnic daughter when a government agency known as the Shop targets them in order to harness their abilities. They soon find themselves being hunted by a lethal assassin named John Rainbird, and must go to extreme lengths to evade capture. Now, the script is being written by Halloween Kills and Rectify Scribe Scott teams, who will also executive produce alongside Jason Blum, Akiva Goldsman, and Martha D. Laurentis. Firestarter was adapted previously as a 1984 movie starring Drew Barrymore, David Keith, Freddie Jones, Heather Locklear, Martin Sheen, and George C. Scott. So that's my first story, and I have to say I'm quite excited about it. I think Zac Efron is looking more like a dad these days anyway, so I think that this is a good transition as far as movies go. So that's my first story of the day. So for my second story of the day, another familiar face from the original Matrix movies has been confirmed to return for the upcoming 4th film. Deadline reports that actor and stuntman Daniel Bernhardt, I hope I said that right, is set to return as Agent Johnson in the new film, a character that debuted in 2003's The Matrix Reloaded. As fans might recall, Johnson, who I have a picture of here, first appeared in the opening minutes of the sequel as one of the upgraded agents eager to take on Neo and the Resistance. He would appear throughout the film in an attempt to fight Reeves' character, at one point being assimilated into a legion of Agent Smith clones, and later fighting Morpheus during the famous highway sequence. How Agent Johnson will return for the film remains a mystery, but at this point, almost everything about the sequel is a big question mark. In addition to Bernhardt as Agent Johnson, stars Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss are returning to their roles as Neo and Trinity, along with Jada Pinkett Smith as Niobe, Lambert Wilson as the Merovingian. Sadly, not everyone will be returning, with Hugo Weaving previously revealing he wouldn't be returning as Agent Smith, but only because his schedule was too full. Now, Weaving's absence makes the addition of Bernhardt even more confusing. The film will also see John Wick directors Chadwick Stahelski and David Leitch return to the franchise, having previously worked on the stunt team for the original trilogy. Stahelski told Collider in an interview earlier this year that the pair were both involved with choreography sequences for the sequel. Now, Warner Brothers has delayed the feature from May 21st, 2021, with a new release date of April 1st, 2022. Now, the filmmaker Lana Wachowski returned for the film as well, serving as director and co-writer. And I have to say, I mean, this isn't like crazy huge news, but they can't have Hugo Weaving in there because like I said, his schedule is full, but it's nice to have the agents in there. I like the agents and everything, so it'll be super fun to have that whole thing going on in there. So that's my second story of the day. So for my third and final story of the day, and my favorite one, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has found its Kamala Khan. The upcoming Disney Plus series will star Iman Vellani, I hope I'm saying that right, in the titular role, with the series expected to debut on the streaming service in 2021. Now, Vellani, however, could make her debut as Ms. Marvel ahead of the Ms. Marvel series in a title slated to release before it, and will likely go on to appear in the Captain Marvel sequel scheduled for 2022. Now, production on the upcoming series is expected to begin in 2020, introducing the world to Kamala Khan in live action for the first time after she appeared on the pages of the Captain Marvel comics in 2013. Now, Vellani is a newcomer to Hollywood, not unlike the character Kamala Khan by comparison to the superhero world. Now, Kamala Khan, the character, first appeared in Captain Marvel number 14, created by Sana Amant. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. Stephen Waker, G. Willow Wilson, and Adrian Alfona. I hope I'm saying his name right. Gosh, I hate when I mess up when I mess up people's names. Now, the casting news follows that of Marvel Studios landing Tatiana Maslany for the titular role of She-Hulk. Now, Ms. Marvel is one of many Marvel Studios titles slated for Disney+. WandaVision is expected to be the first series to debut, coming late in 2020. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, and Moon Knight are all also on the way, and the show does not yet have an official premiere date. Now, I have to say that this is exciting news. It's always great to see, newcomers get a chance and everything, and I'm excited for this. I this is the thing. When it comes to Ms. Marvel, the character, I personally I didn't read an overwhelming amount of those comic books just because I didn't feel a connection to that character, and it was just because she was a 16-year-old girl, and it's like, well, what do I have in common with a 16-year-old girl? One thing that I did connect with her with, and that's what kept me in the comic books a lot, was the fact that she was just a big fangirl. And she, when she first meets Wolverine, she freaks out because it's Wolverine and she knows who he is and everything. And I really liked that a lot about her. And I really thought that that was something unique to her character. Now, in the video game that just came out, it was a little much there. Like, it was like a little overboard. So if they just pull it back like they do in the comic books and have her do that, then that'll just make me love her just as much as I do right now. I do like the character. I just don't have an overwhelming lot in common with her. So those are my 3 stories. What do you guys make of the casting choice of Zac Efron in Stephen King's Firestarter? Have you read Stephen King's Firestarter book or seen the 1984 film? And then what do you guys also think about, how do you feel about the character of Agent Johnson returning to Matrix 4? And are you excited for the casting of the Marvel Cinematic Universe Ms. Marvel in Iman... Vellani? I hope I'm saying her name right too. How do you guys feel about all 3 of those stories? You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Sunday on my Week in Review. You guys have a good week. Bye. Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that geek what icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.